So we are lining up on the grid for the first of two 8-lap top 20 reverse grid races. Round 6, the finale of Season 5 of the Missed Apex iRacing F3 Cup from Spa-Francorchamps has Miguel Morland on pole position in that red number 36 car. Then it's Stefan Froelich in the lime green on the front row with him. Then Mark Greenhow in third, John Cox and John Langen ahead of Barry Kemp. You'll recognise him in the golf-coloured car. In sixth place, Matt Trumpets, starting in seventh, ahead of Alex Smith, Jose O'Donnell and Alex McBride. That is your top 10. And of course, our top contenders from the last round. Kyle Powell starting 20th, Philpott 19th, Danny Henney in 18th. Keep an eye out for them at the start of the race because this could define the championship for one of those two drivers. We're about to get underway for the first of the two sprint races of the finale. It's a green light. Miguel Morland leads the pack away from reverse grid pole. Mark Greenhow already getting punchy up there into second place. A little bit of a push though for Morland, and Greenhow goes spinning. Who is going to be able to find their way through the pack? There is a lot of bumping and balking as they go through there, but I can see in the back of shot, Henney and Power seem to have managed to get through it unscathed.
They did. I think Henney had a slight clatter with spanners there, but I don't think he's come off too badly in that. I think Power has though, Chris. He's off at Eau Rouge.
Power is slow onto Camel Straight. Was that just a result of the off at Eau Rouge? We will continue to monitor him because that is absolutely crucial for the championship. Seems Henney has gotten away cleanly, and is Power back up to speed? That is the crucial question.
Chris, I've got an answer for you there. Power down the first straight managed to clatter into Colin Ward as he was coming back onto the straight, and he actually has got some suspension damage. He then couldn't turn into Eau Rouge, so he is going to be out of this race, Chris.
A huge game changer in terms of the championship. Kyle Power, the feature race winner, who had just drawn level with Danny Henney with suspension damage on the opening lap of this sprint race, and he is going to be well down the order. Danny Henney has already made up places. He's up into 7th place, and he is going to have one hand on the championship already, surely, as we see Power struggling to get it into Pouhon. He's going to have to come into the pits and get that fixed.
He is. His only hope is to be able to fight back to 20th place to be able to get a reverse grid pole, but you just see he just got nothing on that left front. He can't even make the turn at all, Chris.
Well, it's been turned on its head once again, hasn't it? Just as it was getting close. Here's Danny Henney making up more places. He's doing to 6th place now ahead of John Langen. From this position, I would not put it past him to be leading the race in a few laps' time. So Miguel Morland comes over the line to start lap 2. He leads by 1 second ahead of John Cox. Alexander Dobertsberger has made up plenty of places. He's into 3rd, so keep an eye out for him later in the race. Barry Kemp is 4th. Luca Harrison is now 4th because he's just gone through at La Source. So look out for Harrison. He could be a contender later on as well, and will probably be a thorn in Danny Henney's side, who is now in 6th place ahead of Langen. Cook, Philpott up to 9th, and Ward is 10th. That is the top 10.
Power's only just managed to make his way back into the pit lane as these guys come down the Kemmel Straight, so he's going to be so far behind. Currently down in 28, he's going to be almost plumb last by the time he comes out, Chris.
Well, now we're going to see what Kyle Power is made of. Even a reverse grid pole could be out of reach, but we'll see. Ronnie on lap 2 of 8. The title very much going in the favour of Danny Henney at the moment, but plenty of laps still to run. Anything can happen. So there is Miguel Morland, the race leader, stretching his advantage over John Cox there. So it's a pack now. Dobertsberger, Harrison, and soon it will be Henney as well, who will be closing the leaders down and going for the reverse grid win. Dobertsberger there in 3rd place. Not seen too much of him up at the front of the field so far this season. Only 1 victory to his name and 5 podium finishes. We're used to seeing a little bit more from Dobertsberger there. You recognise him in the Ace of Spades car, the black and white with the yellow tipped nose. as well. So he is in third place, already found himself onto the back of John Cox there in that silver and blue number 30 car, dropping back from race leader Miguel Morland. It's Dobbelsberger and Harrison closing down on second place, and Cox going to the inside of the bus stop. Dobbelsberger going around the outside, everything locked up there, and Cox able to defend that position rather well. John Cox made a name for himself in the reverse grid races in the Formula Renault Challenge as the top defender, and he is reliving those days now in the F3 Cup at Spa. So no moves being made into La Source at that time round. We're on board there with Harrison looking at the back of Dobbelsberger as they fly through Eau Rouge once again. I dare say we're going to see some moves here from those two drivers. So Dobbelsberger looking one way, then the other. Cox covers the inside, Dobbelsberger to the outside. Harrison making it 3 wide though on the inside there in the black and yellow car. And both of them drawing clear as they break for Lecom. Harrison with their double move picks up Cox and Dobbelsberger in one. Dobbelsberger still banging wheels there with Cox. Cox stands his ground, but Dobbelsberger with the momentum out of Malmedy. That was a much harder work than he anticipated, but Harrison, brilliant stuff up into second place. 1.6 seconds is the gap to the leader.
That was straight out the Schumacher playbook there, and Dobbelsberger there got hung out to dry on the outside. He had nowhere to go, and he had to really fight hard for that position. So that's given Harrison a little bit of breathing space. Let's see if they can both chase down Morland, who's a couple of seconds up the road.
Yep, even fighting on that last lap, Harrison was 1.2 seconds quicker than Morland. So I dare say that gap will come down very, very quickly. Of course, Henny's still going to make his way through these cars as well. Barry Kemp there in 5th place now, looking to make a move on John Cox. Barry Kemp, the South African racer running the Golf livery, one of the best looking cars in this field, has Danny Henny behind him, has John Cox in front of him, who'll be looking to try and get past Cox before Henny arrives on the scene. We just saw in the back of shot there Philpott in 7th place. He's made his way up the order, so he'll be joining that train very, very soon. But here comes Barry Kemp to the outside, so Cox mirroring his positioning of a lap ago. Kemp amazingly late on the brakes there, goes through. I thought he wasn't going to get it stopped for a second there, but he made it work. Good job.
That was right on the edge of adhesion there. Crazy how he managed to get that stopped, and that has put John Cox into the clutches of Danny Henny, I'm sure, at the end of the Kemmel Straight.
Fastest lap of the race from Luca. Harrison closed the gap down by 9/10 of a second. The gap 1 second as we start lap 4 of 8. And there is Danny Henny now on the back of John Cox. He's in 6th place. He's going to try and make it 5th place as they go down the Kemmel Straight. Philpott closing them down as well, so he's got to get through this traffic as quick as he possibly can, maximise the point that he's going to gain on Kyle Power as well. A reminder, suspension damage for Power has put him out of the running. Now look at John Cox trying to retake Barry Kemp there. Oh, they make contact. They're both off. Kemp into the barriers. Cox just about managed to survive that. A real shame for Kemp, but Henny now trying to get through on the inside. Another 3 place gained and another place gained into Rivage.
Absolute gift for Henny there. He's going to make some good progress through the field here, up to 4th now. Devastating for Power's title ambition.
Well, 2.9 seconds is the gap to the podium. Alexander Dobbelsberger there, so he's got to get the bit between his teeth if he's going to try and close down that podium battle. We are just coming up to half race distance meanwhile. We see just in the back of shot there, Philpott. Gomez made up places as well. He's in 7th. Oh, Dobbelsberger slow. Dobbelsberger slow. What happened there? Did he go across the grass at Fania? That's another 3 place gain for Henny.
But yes, Chris, just looking at a replay, Dobbelsberger in the second part of Fania just got slightly up on the curb and just went sideways. He did very well to collect it, but he was a sitting duck on the exit. Luckily, Henny just managed to avoid him. But yeah, that lost him 3 places. He just tucked in behind Philpott, as you can see.
Yeah, down to 6th place, trying to regain one of those places now. Philpott having to cover the inside towards the bus stop, but Dobbelsberger thinks better of trying to go around the outside of Bradley Philpott. And wow, what a shame for Dobbelsberger. Luke Harrison, meanwhile, has made his way past Miguel Morland and into the lead of the race. So while we were watching all that unfold, Harrison made his move and takes the lead. Going to be a redemption after his mistake in the feature race on the opening lap, where he got it all locked up into the bus stop and went off and denied us of a big multi-car fight for the lead of the race in the early stages there. But Harrison through into the lead now, and he will try and romp clear while Henny is still 3 seconds behind him.
Looking a little further back to P12, we've got spanners ready, trying to make a move on Friedrich Schmidt, our gold leader. He is now up to 11th place, and that is surely going to secure him the title if he can just keep it clean. He does have Colin Ward, one of his challengers, directly ahead of him in that lovely Rothmans Williams livery. Is he going to try and make a move? He's certainly tucked behind him, Chris.
Yeah, so Frick Schmidt there battling through a bit of pain from what I understand. Had a bit of an incident with a kitchen knife earlier in the week, and wasn't able to take part in the Tuesday practice because the cast he had around him meant he couldn't actually grip his steering wheel. So I imagine he's loaded up with a bit of painkiller there. Spanner's trying to get around the outside of Pouon. Oh, that is brilliant! A move on his title rival there. Spanner's getting all the elbows out despite leading the championship quite comfortably. There's no stopping him at the moment.
How beautiful was that move, Chris? Just forced him to the inside, knew he had the high line, and he just swept around the outside. What a beautiful move there to take 10th place, Chris.
Well, platinum promotion coming Spanner's way at the moment, into the top 10 overall, and well, that's one hand on the gold championship trophy row, because Raskovitz is not really scoring big. I don't actually see him on my timing screen, Chris. So, oh no, wait, there he is in 14th place. So, yeah, all he needs to do is not be outscored by more than 12 points to Raskovitz, and yeah, he will take the title in this race. So, everything looking good for Spanners at the moment.
He is, but he's not backing off. He's seen Alan Rosales just ahead of him, less than a second ahead. I reckon he's going to have a go at him in the next couple of laps. But he's also got to watch from behind, because those two won't let him get away easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Rosales making his return to the championship. Had a bit of an absence from the series, but great to see him back. Right up there in 9th place as well. Going to have Spanners bearing down on him pretty quickly. Now, this is interesting. Alexander Dobbelsberger has been making his way back through the pack. He's now into 4th place. He's got past Philpott. He's just a dispatch of John Cox as well. He's very nearly recovered the position that he lost a couple of laps ago. As we see Philpott getting on the inside there at Cox into Rivage. These guys making their way back through the pack from the reverse grid race. And look at Cox standing his ground there. He has got a Van Gene level of defence as he squeezes Philpott onto the grass. Utter disrespect, and Gomez getting through on the inside of Philpott into Pouon.
Yeah, Philpott lost 3 places in 1 lap there, Chris. He's definitely having a difficult time of it. Dobbelsberger just managed to overtake him down the Camel Straight, and it was a nice clean move.
That's the most un-Philpott thing I've seen all week. I'm sure Philpott is going to be driving through gritted teeth to try and get those positions back, and down the next straight he may well get the opportunity to do so. Out of Curve Paul Frere, we'll have the double toe from both Cox and Gomez. Dobbelsberger streaking a bit clear there, as we can see, but Cox, this is the John Cox of old, and you know, maybe he got caught up in a few incidents every once in a while. He has done today already as well, but this defensive driving is just brilliant as the Gomez and Philpott trying over the side of him. Philpott getting it. Oh no! Philpott clatters into the side of Gomez. Looked like he couldn't get it stopped there. Maybe he was caught out by Cox's braking. I dare say he was, and down the inside couldn't get it stopped. Collects Gomez, who collects Cox. That's a real shame.
Yeah, he got caught out there, as you said. He broke just in front of him. He had to check up on his own braking, move to a different line, and then he had nowhere to go with the 2 cars right in front of him. And it looks like one of them ended upside down in the end.
Yeah, that was Cox. Philpott's got going again. He's still in 5th place, actually. He hasn't lost out on that at all. So, well, disaster for Gomez and for Cox. But Philpott's still going there in 5th. Matt Cook going to try and get past him, but I think even if he does, Philpott will dispatch him again unless he's carrying some damage there.
Philpott hit him fairly square on with his nose, so I don't think he's carrying an awful lot of aero damage, to be honest with you.
He's really gotten away with that. Well done. We always say if you're going to hit someone,
I'm not sure the stewards would take the same view.
No, probably not. The race control, Richard Mundell and Sam Watley there will be having a look at that one. Probably my last opportunity to thank the admins and everything they do, Richard Mundell and Sam Watley. Thank you so much for putting on this, frankly, amazing championship. We are absolutely enthralled here in the commentary box. We hope you are at home as well. Lap 7 of 8 on this top 20 reverse grid race. Luca Harrison leads the way. Miguel Moreland still hanging on there in second place. He's got Henny closing down on him. He's within a second now as we head out of Curve Paul Frere. It will be 1 lap to go when they cross the line. But Moreland here with a great opportunity to be on the podium if he can keep Dobertsberger at bay crucially. I think Henny might well get through. Depends how close he is out of La Source. But 2 very quick cars behind him, but a great chance to be on the podium.
Yes, I think we should focus on the battle.
Oh no, sorry,
with Spanners.
Moreland goes wide, loses second place. I've just put the commentator's curse on another one, and he goes through into second place, and now Moreland's got to be keeping an eye on Dobertsberger as well. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Oh, that is such a shame for Moreland there. He's going to really struggle to keep that position, as behind him, Spanners ready put the moves on Rosales, who then actually, unfortunately, has clattered with one of the other drivers as well. He's tumbling down the order. He hit Friedrich Schmidt, so unfortunately maybe he just wasn't able to stay out of his way, but that's given Spanners a P7.
Well, battle for third now coming out of Eau Rouge, and Dobertsberger goes to the outside. Miguel Moreland's fought tooth and nail for this podium, but I'm afraid it's going to be coming to an end as Dobertsberger goes to the outside. Oh, Miguel Moreland going to try and stand his ground, but Dobertsberger too good on the brakes. And Miguel Moreland, that mistake at the bus stop really costing him. It's cost him a place on the podium in this reverse grid race, but 4th place, nothing to be too upset about.
A valiant effort there to keep Dobertsberger behind. He's trying everything to see if he can make it past again, but if anything, he's run slightly wide. He will have one last opportunity if he can keep through the middle sector. He's making and abusing the track limits to see if he can keep in, and actually he is still tucked up behind Dobertsberger, so we'll see if he's able to make a last desperate lunge to get on the podium. That'll be fascinating to see if he goes for it.
Moreland can abuse the track limits. Dobertsberger cannot. He's on 11 incident points. If he gets one more, he'll get a stop and go penalty. So he's got to keep it neat and tidy through these last few corners. Moreland can afford to stretch the limits of the track and try and cheat his way back to, well, not cheat his way, but the battle for third doesn't look to be over, but I think Moreland's just a bit too far back. Meanwhile, Luca Harrison coming up towards the bus stop chicane. After a dramatic incident in the feature race, he was taken out of contention, but it is once again a redemption drive from Luca Harrison, who comes out of the bus stop and takes the victory in the first sprint race of round 6 of the Missed Apex iRacing F3 Cup. He takes the victory, and it is Danny Henny in second place, launching himself well clear in the championship now. And Alexander Dobertsberger able to fend off Miguel Moreland there for the last spot on the podium. Matt Cook did beat Bradley Philpott to 5th place there. A great job by him. Richard Spanners ready in 7th place, and that all but confirms him as the Gold Drivers' Champion for this season, our first champion to be crowned of the night.
Does that mean that Henny is not yet the champion?
No.
Not mathematically, but I've won the gold,
No.
have I? But I think more importantly today, I think I've got an 8th and a 7th, and all that carnage at the beginning was absolutely insane. I don't know if you caught it, but it was trumpets sliding across turn 1 that took me out, and I was like, oh, old man, you will pay for this.
Well, it was great stuff to watch. You've really been getting your elbows out despite your healthy lead in the championship.
It was such good fun. I found myself in a pack of Adrian Clark, who's from Australia, so his net code is always very bad because, you know, you're racing him through Europe all the way to Australia, so I gave him loads of room. Great fights with Adam Rosales, who just fought tooth and nail, and he was like, no way Spanners is coming through, and just dropped it at the end. And I think I was catching Philpott at the end. Don't tell me if he had damage or not. That was on merit.
Brilliant stuff.
We managed to catch the move Spanners around the outside at the bottom of the hill. I think it was around Colin Ward. That was an incredible move.
Yeah, I thought, no, this isn't possible, surely. But that is such a fine tune of skill, whether you can just get it pointed in the right direction. You really have to kick the back end out and then decide really early when you can plant the throttle and still make it. But yeah, I think you need a compliant driver on the inside, and Colin is a very sensible old head. Very, very, very old head.
Well, brilliant stuff, Spanners. We look forward to seeing you in the Platinum Championship next season.
Yeah, and I'll speak to you after I win this next race. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good one, Spanners. Enjoy the finale. And speaking of the finale, Chris, this is not over because Kyle Power put in a magnificent recovery drive to 18th, which will put him third on the grid for the finale, with Danny Henney starting 19th. This is not over.
Absolutely not. That was an incredible drive from him. He was down to 25th at one point and a whole Kemmel straight behind. I am absolutely fascinated to see how this is going to play out.
It's going down to the wire, folks. The championship finale for the Missed Apex iRacing F3 Cup is coming up next.